Hey guys, so I'm here at T Rex in downtown St. Louis, and it is almost the new year. So I thought I would just talk to you guys for a minute about creativity in 2019. I really believe that in 2018 it was the year to really hone in your craft and really focus. For me personally, that's really what I focused on. I have here with me Dominic. Dominic
What's up,
is a
guys?
developer. So he's a really great guy because he knows the technical side of things. I'm very much business, so I own a startup, also a venture capitalist. But also, I'm very creative, and we both love to just create and build things. Hello, guys. So sorry about that. I had a quick call come in, but so we're just going to talk a little bit about creativity. First, like, what does creativity mean to you, Dominic? You wanna take that?
For me, it's hard to describe what creativity means because I think it's hard at this point for me to tell whether it's natural to who I am or
Interesting.
whether I was raised like that. Like I told you personally,
Yeah.
so I grew up. My mom was in both worlds. So my mom she was a teacher at one point.
Yeah.
She was a developer at one point, and this is a very, very long time ago. What's the year now? Over almost 40 years ago, 30,
Wow.
40 years ago. She was in banking, so she was a very relatively prominent banker
Yeah.
in London. And so she was in like the tech world, well,
Yeah.
at least what the tech world was back then, and she was in the business world. But as a young child growing up, she wanted to expose me to everything. So
Yeah.
things we would do at home, we would make board games together, and I'll be there making games like Monopoly. But me and my sister's own version, we'll make our own version of all these games.
Yeah.
Jewelry, I remember we had this big, I don't know what to call it, but it kept all the beads and everything in because we would
Okay.
always lose them and it'd go everywhere. But from time to time, my mom will let me and my sister make jewelry. I'm not sure if you have this in the US, but growing up in London, we used to have these magazines that
Interesting.
will give you robotic parts. But every week it gives you more parts and it tells you how to build it. So you buy the magazine, you get a couple parts, you put it together.
Yeah.
But next week you get some more parts with the next issue of the magazine.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so I had that growing up. So I was making robotics at a young age. I had a neighbor who was an electrical engineer and he moved out of the community. He moved to wherever he moved to and he gave me a whole bunch of circuits and stuff. I didn't know how to use it, and I don't think YouTube was that big back then. But I would just play with stuff and put it together. My mom bought me Lego, and I would build like these big warships. So yeah, and I'm not sure if creativity is natural to me
Yeah.
And then gaming and
Yeah.
internet came more into play, and then I was more independent at that time, so I just.
Yeah, I really think that creativity is something that we all possess, but a lot of times we don't know how to access it, right? Like when you have this, you may have an idea that when you're young or when you're in high school, but a lot of times just through social programming, we tend to listen to other people's thoughts and lies, like, hey, you can't do this, or even our own thoughts, like, well, I can't, I have to follow this thing, I have to stay in college, I have to get a job. So a lot of times we just learn to just stifle our minds.
So everything that you said, I think is right because everything that I said, my mom empowered me that whatever I wanted to build, I can build.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even though I was getting kicked out of school from a young age, my reports were bad, but my mom would always encourage me that I can just build whatever I want to build.
Yeah.
There's so many exercises that my mom did with me that it was just fun for me and my sister. But we used to watch cartoons, a whole bunch of kids. But my mom used to sit there and sketch the cartoons that she would see. And my mom's a big art person. She likes to paint and draw.
Yeah.
And she said if I wanted to kind of learn how to draw.
Yeah.
Just look at the cartoons, and when I see someone's eye, draw their eye. When I see their hand a certain way, draw their hand. And that was kind of how I was taught to draw.
Yeah.
Ended up in architecture school, still love drawing, but I learned to draw that way. A lot of interest. I got sent to London. In London during the summers, they have a lot of, well, at least when I was growing up, they had a lot of initiatives to get kids doing stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
And she used to send me to do film production, to learn how to record and make videos and films.
And now you like developing all kinds of stuff. You do like VR. All kinds of
so that's where it comes. Photography, the old photography where you would take the picture. You have to take that little small reel to the dark room and have the chemicals. And
that's really cool.
So that's kind of the time I grew up in. But my mom was always the person that said, "Look, if you want to do it, go ahead. Just do it." Yeah.
So I think like as you know, we may have found ourselves like being stifled, but I think there is hope. I think there is ways that we can get past that, and a big part of it is just like surrounding yourself with like amazing people that are pushing themselves, people that are believing in themselves, that that they are creative, right? So like we're together here, we're just creating something, just create, right? I think we talked earlier about things don't always have to be super polished. Just get started, just do it. And especially it's about to be 2019. I think it's important that as the new year comes, people say, hey, I want to create, I want to just get started. No matter what it is, really follow your dreams. So like I built my company just off of just understanding what I wanted out of life, and I just creating a lot of videos for years. My goal is to just travel around the world and motivate and inspire people and empower people, and just create. So
basically, it's hard to describe how to get confidence to people in doing that kind of stuff. For me, it came from doing it a lot, and that's just the type of person I am. So, as an example, in basketball, to become a confident shooter, I practiced a lot. So I wasn't too worried about it, about shooting and other parts of the game, because I practiced so much that really there's nothing people could say to me, because I know all the hours I put in, and I saw myself do so much. It's just kind of like there's nothing you could say to me. But you have to, and not be worried about what people say. You don't need to put the finished product out there, and that's what a lot of people think. You need to put the finished product out there. When people ask me about making apps, I tell them, think about the smallest possible version of their app, like the core function, stick to that one core function, put it out there. And funny enough, people come back with feedback on how you should build it. So if you build out this app with 10 features, people might not even want 8 of the features. Let the people give you feedback, and you build on people's feedback. So
Just get started. Just get started, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. This is like, our first live video together, me and Dominic. We look to doing more. Give us your feedback. Anything that you want to hear, any questions, please hit us up. See you guys later. Peace.